Hello, my name is Kathy Jameson, the Proposition Lady, and I'm here to help you understand the state propositions on your 2024 California election ballot. Today I'm going to talk about Prop 34, the Protect Patients Now Act, otherwise known as the California Apartment Association versus the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. What? If passed, Prop 34 will require certain healthcare providers to spend 98% of revenues from the federal discount prescription drug program on direct patient care, applicable only to healthcare providers that spent over $100 million in any 10-year period on anything other than direct patient care, and operated multifamily housing with over 500 high-severity health and safety violations, penalizes applicable providers by revoking healthcare licenses and tax-exempt status, and it permanently authorizes California to negotiate Medi-Cal drug prices on a statewide basis. But how many healthcare providers would be affected by Prop 34? Those are some awfully specific parameters. As it turns out, it seems only to apply to the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, or AHF. The AHF is a nonprofit group that provides health clinics, prescription drug coverage, housing, and other services to people with HIV/AIDS and other underserved people. The AHF benefits from the federal 340B discount drug program by purchasing drugs at discount rates, then charging insurance companies the full rate and keeping the difference. Did the AIDS Healthcare Foundation spend over $100 million in any 10-year period on anything other than direct patient care? As a matter of fact, it did. The AHF has dropped a lot of dollars on political initiatives. This is part of their stated goal to advocate for the populations they serve. And did the AIDS Healthcare Foundation operate multifamily housing with over 500 high-severity health and safety violations? Indeed it did. The AHF owns and operates low-income housing, and there have been a lot of complaints about the squalid condition of many of their properties. If Prop 34 passes, the AIDS Healthcare Foundation will have to ensure it spends 98% of the money they earn from the 340B program directly on patient care. If they don't, they could lose not just their nonprofit tax-exempt status, but also their healthcare license. They'll have to rearrange their entire business model. So who all hates the AHF so much that they're willing to spend millions of dollars to change their behavior? Look no further than this November's Prop 33, which is the AHF's latest attempt to enact more rent control policies in California. This is the third time Californians will vote on rent control in the last 6 years, thanks to the AHF. Every time a rent control measure is on the ballot, the California Apartment Association, or CAA, spends millions of dollars to defeat it. The CAA represents rental property owners, managers, and professionals within the rental housing industry. You think you're tired of seeing rent control on the ballot? The CAA is even more tired of fighting it. So this year they decided to go on the offensive and sponsor a ballot measure that would stop the AHF from sponsoring future ballot measures. And that's how we got Prop 34. Turns out 34 is more about rent control than it is about healthcare. When we follow the money on Prop 34, we see that as of mid-August, the over $18 million raised in support came entirely from the California Apartment Association, and the $120,000 raised in opposition all came from the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. If you don't want to get in the middle of a political rivalry, you may want to vote no on Prop 34. You may feel angry with the California Apartment Association for putting this retribution prop on the ballot and giving all of us extra homework. If you think the CAA is wasting our time with this, you may want to vote no on Prop 34. Then again, the CAA only sponsored this one proposition. The AHF has sponsored 4 state and 3 municipal propositions in the last 12 years. Maybe the CAA is right, and we can eliminate more propositions in future by supporting this one. If you're tired of the AIDS Healthcare Foundation sponsoring ballot measure after ballot measure, you may want to vote yes on Prop 34. But is it fair to target a single organization with legislation? The U.S. and California constitutions don't think so. Both contain provisions that prohibit a law from singling out a person or organization. The California Supreme Court declined to block 34 from the ballot, but if it passes, the AHF will certainly take it back to court. If you think this measure may be unconstitutional and will likely be overturned anyway, you may want to vote no on Prop 34. That said, the AHF has been accused by many of unethical business practices. They deny it, but there's no doubt they're a controversial and powerful player in the healthcare domain. If you think large organizations who profit from federal healthcare programs should spend that money on patient care instead of using it for political influence, you may want to vote yes on Prop 34. The Medi-Cal RX program was established in 2019 with an executive order. It established a fee-for-service system designed to achieve cost savings for drug purchases made by the state. If Prop 34 passes, Medi-Cal RX will be enshrined into law. There are other ways for this program to become part of the law, but if you want to permanently authorize California to negotiate Medi-Cal drug prices right now, you may want to vote yes on 34. The legislative analyst estimates that Prop 34 could potentially cost California millions of dollars per year to enforce its provisions. But these costs will be paid for by fees created under the measure. So it shouldn't cost anything but time to sort through the details of Prop 34 and decide how to vote. I'm Kathy Jameson, the Proposition Lady, and I appreciate you being here with me today. See you soon, California voters. Bye now.